We are live, and it's a different we better get rid of that, haven't we? We're going to get rid of the scroll. We'll just get rid of that for a minute. Nope, cancel. Don't want that. We'll just have it not seen. And we shall get rid of that. We'll start setting up now so we can set up for our 3 o'clock games. We had a little bit of a fun on our other one. That was not bad. So 64 minutes. Right, okay. Remain logged in, and we should just quickly go through the other scores, because obviously, unless you've well, I suppose you might not know, Leicester City 0, Arsenal 2, 80 minutes and 87 minutes. And actually, Leicester City were actually coping quite nicely until they set late in the second half. They'd really done well, bless them, and they actually came back at about 35-40 minutes and started to push Arsenal quite hard. Cardiff City 1, Bristol City 1, full-time score. Preston North End 0, Burnley 0 at full-time. Now that Preston were actually doing a good job of getting into that final third, but they just couldn't get past that final third. Burnley, I don't know, they just didn't seem to be able to get into their final third. It was like both teams were just concentrating on defence and doing a damn good job of it as well. So yeah, good job for both on defence. I hate it when you get coffee with something in it. I hate it. Come on, bloody can you have? Thank you. I hate coffee floaters. It's horrible. And we had Oxford 0. It's Oxford 0, Portsmouth 1. 86 minutes gone, and I didn't think Portsmouth would be doing it away from home. They're not that good away from home, but they are doing it, and I can't believe it. There was a medical emergency in the North Stand, which I think is it's a combination of home and away, but it's certainly where the away supporters are based. So I'm hoping whoever was involved in that medical emergency at Oxford is okay. We don't like anybody to be injured at a football game, and obviously medical emergencies are not very good. Cambridge United 0, Exeter 1. Yeah, I can see Cambridge could have done some damage there, but I couldn't really see it, I suppose. Northampton 0, Wrexham 2. 2 quick-fire goals in about 2 minutes in the first half, and that seemed to sink them. So Wrexham came away the winners. What else do we have? We have nobody else. Oh, we did. We had League 2. We did keep popping into League 2. Wimbledon 1, Salford 0. That was really looking like it was going to be a Wimbledon win. Doncaster 1, Grimsby 2. So Doncaster got a goal to try and get back, but let's see when they scored it, just for the sake of it. 85 minutes. No, they weren't going to get back after that, were they? So yeah, 2 goals in the first half for Grimsby. Let's just take a look at the Reading lineup. Reading, Pereira in goal, who is a good goalkeeper. He really can save. He saved Reading's skin quite a few times. Back 4, oh God, they're going attack 4-3-3. Craig, Mbengu, Binden and Garcia. Oh dear. Nibs wing and Savage in midfield. So Lewis Wing's going to score for him because he was one of our best players. So he's definitely going to be scoring for Reading, isn't he? Campbell, Wareham and Hebishenham up front. Rotherham United have Phillips in goal, Rafferty, Adolphin, Zuls and Zach Jules. I keep doing that. And James at the back. Mpanzu, Humphreys and Powell in midfield. Hugill and Onombe up front with Sibley as a sort of number 10. So we don't have our best player in there. Let's see what we've got in. We have got him on the substitutes bench, so he must be partially fit. But there again, we've got 7 players on that bench, which means that we've got at least 2 players who are injured, because we can only put 4. I think we can just about put 5 if we haven't got any injuries, but we got an injury the other day, so I'm not quite sure how we get made up our 5, let alone 7. Josh Coyote, yeah, because we've brought him back. Green, Jack Holmes, kid. Ben Hatton, kid. Johnson Clark Harris is injured, so they put him on the bench, injured. Malik Wilkes is injured, so they put him on the bench, injured. Oh Jesus! Adolphin is the captain. Let's see whether it makes any difference. The other thing that we were looking at is the Birmingham game. I did get a few comments. Nobody's in, so I'm not going to be saying anything about the comments. I am all my predictions, I will say, are my own predictions. They're my thoughts. They're my opinions. I don't get paid by YouTube. I'm not. I'll transition it. I don't get paid by YouTube. I'm not monetized, so I haven't got the time to be spending every week, especially when there's 2 games a week for some of the clubs. Every time they play a game, having a look into the I should do my research. He said, well, I can't do research or every time there's a game or a set of games on every single team, and then do a review and then do a prediction. But if I do a prediction, I used to do predictions, twice a week when there's 2 lots. I try and do that now, but I just don't have the time. So I certainly don't have the time to go through each team. So today, go through each team in League One, go through each team in League Two, in the Championship. That's 48 teams, and then I've done Leicester and Arsenal. So do I sort of do I research 50 teams? Well, no, not a hope in hell. I haven't got the time to do that, and I don't get paid for it. So I'm sorry, Mark. There's no way on God's earth I am doing my research, because it would take me so long that I would be I could get a log on with my face. It would take me so long I would be just out of it. There'd be I'd be here. I'd be doing it on Thursday. I'd be sort of taking sort of 16 hours to look through it, or every single all 50 teams, do a video, see whether I like it, edit it, and then put it through. So all my opinions, all my predictions are, at the end of the day, just my opinions. I don't get paid by YouTube. I'm not monetized. It would take me so long to go through 50 plus teams on a Friday to work out what my predictions are for Saturday. It would just be I have work to do. I've got to go to work, come back, and it would take me so long I wouldn't get the video out. So I can't do my research as Mark said told me to do in the video, because I just can't do it. I haven't got the time, don't get monetized, don't get paid for it. But they are my own views. If you don't like them, then yeah, absolutely, Mark, you say that I'm, tell me what the real story is, but please don't start spouting off about me needing to do research. I can't, I don't get paid for it, I haven't got the time. Put up with it, or piss off. So sorry about that. That's my right. I wasn't going to mention his name, and I wasn't going to say anything about it, but it really did piss me off, because people like us that do these streams do it out of the goodness of his heart. We like football. We enjoy. Well, we don't enjoy watching Rotherham, but hey, we do it because we want to. We do it because I like to see people coming in and enjoying it, and I know people come in and enjoy it week in, week out. And one of them's a Birmingham fan, so to have a Birmingham fan spout crap about me needing to do research when I'm not paid for doing this, it just really pissed me off. Do comment on my videos, absolutely, but do take into consideration I don't get paid for this, because we pay everything we do. We pay ourselves £300 odd for this. The webcam is another £200 odd. It costs us a lot of money. Do I expect to get it back? Absolutely not. I do it for the love of football and do it for the love of doing this. But hey, we're 2 minutes away from the start, so we will just quickly go into the Portsmouth game, because Portsmouth. Oh, and they've scored a second. They've just scored a second. It's Oxford 0, Portsmouth 2, and Portsmouth have just scored to make it 2-0. It's 97 minutes there. They actually had a medical emergency in the first half, about 12, 13 minutes in. They've certainly made it a win away up to Oxford, and that's going to make interesting reading, because if we actually look at that must make the bottom look quite interesting for them. 90 plus 6 minutes. So Mark Mahoney's just scored. Andre Dozzle in the just straight back after the first half scored the first. 47 minutes. I just want to have a look at the table, because the championship table now has Oxford in 16th on 38 points. It has Portsmouth in 18th on 36. But you'll have to remember that Derby County, who I thought would get a manager bounce yesterday, they bloody didn't, did they? In 22nd position, 29 points. And you've got to remember, 29 to 36 is 7 points. There's not an awful lot in it. You certainly wouldn't be, you certainly wouldn't be thinking they're safe, would you? They would have to be doing 3 points every. They'd have to be getting sort of one. If they could get sort of 1.1 points per game, I think then Portsmouth would probably be considering themselves on the beach, but they'd have to be doing it consistently now for the rest of the games. There's only 13 games left, remember, so if they could get certainly if they could get 14 points now, that's where they're aiming for, 50 points. Can they get to 14 points? How quickly? I don't think they'll go on a winning run, but if the fans can see them getting to that 14 points, that 50 points final total, I think they will just about be safe. Last year, remember, 50 points was looked like not being enough to stay up, because the points tally was so high. The match has now started at Reading, so 99 minutes at Portsmouth. Let's just see on here quickly before we open the whichever live it is we're going to be going to. It does look like it's finished. Yeah, it has finished now. So it's finished 2-0. Certainly come off of that. So yeah, Portsmouth there doing really well. Let's see which side we're going to be doing live. I usually have to go into one of those first just to see. We have Luton Sheffield United. That looks like a good one, doesn't it? Luton Sheffield United. Millwall West Brom. We did Millwall the other day. So it's going to be, I think, it's going to be Luton Sheffield United.
Last time out. Plenty of changes made.
I hope anybody who's in.
And a half volley hit straight at the goalkeeper there. It was a decent opportunity. Trying to see who struck that. Was it Asgard? Not entirely certain. but we'll take a look there. It was Taylor Asgard, the Scouser, hitting the ball with a half volley.
So we are
by the keeper, Mike Cooper, in good position. Interesting signing, Taylor Asgard. He was doing well at Wigan, wasn't he?
We have got who's playing at the minute? No one in the Premier League, I don't think. No, Premier League hasn't started yet on that.
He's a relative youngster at I think 22, and he scored a few goals.
I'm going to have to come out of that because my
shot saved.
It has actually stopped. So let's just close everything down, and we shall reopen it and re-log in, and we'll go back to the Sheffield United game because that'll be pretty good. So we are going in, and we're going to go to the Luton Sheffield United game. It is started. McGuinness is there with for Luton in just outside the box, and Luton Town building from the back. We've already got a shot on target for Luton, and actually Luton are doing quite well. Sheffield United, I don't know what people think of if you're replaying this. Sheffield United just seem to have lost the plot a little bit. Not completely. They're still winning games, and they're still good for that second position, but I can't see them catching leads. And one of the things I was looking at this morning or this lunchtime was Sheffield Wednesday. Now they're actually not. They're not winning great numbers of games. I think they lost. They won 2 out of their last 5. I think 2 out of their last 4. And excuse me, I think I've got a bit of a cold. And I just, at the beginning of the season, I said that I thought that that just put that one back on for you. That Sheffield Wednesday could actually finish past Sheffield United.
It's a game where they
so
could
the 5th
go
and
top
4th.
table leads play on
okay,
Monday.
that was back in September.
That's a big.
But Sheffield United aren't. They're enough points ahead of the chasing pack, I think, not to get caught by them. We're far too late in the season now for that. But it could be close. They are starting to just die a little bit, Sheffield United, and in this game that we're watching here, Luton versus Sheffield United, is certainly more Luton Town at the minute. Now, tell me what you think. Have Sheffield United gone to Luton thinking, bottom of the league, we're bound to win it, and underestimate an ex-Premier League side? Because this was a Premier League game last year. We've seen that. I've seen that so many times, especially at Rotherham, where we've been near the bottom of the Championship. And Norwich City came to us to Rotherham, and we won them. And it's one of the only 2 games Rotherham won last year. And
he's going to be a big game.
They obviously came thinking bottom of the league, we're bound to trounce them about 6-0, and we won them because they underestimated us. And I wonder whether that's what's happening here. Sheffield United seem to have started pretty poorly.
Anyway,
we're listening to the Luton Town versus Sheffield United game as Luton Town. Oh, they lose it. Oh, they lose it in defence, but then Sheffield United pass it backwards to McCallum.
Derby today.
Just have that foresight to cross it instead of just grabbing it and passing it back. Okay, was it intercepted it at a wrong angle, but it's things like that where you think you have to take the one shot, one touch pass, bang. And that's what I'm not seeing from Sheffield United lately. That ability. I remember seeing last Saturday they passed it. The last weekend games, they passed it down. I think it was the right hand side and the Sheffield United player
he does throw it,
got it right
Morris,
in line with the defence, but
driving
instead of
forward,
crossing
the
it
comeback looks good.
straight
Adebayo
through
gets
the
ball caught
defence
in his
to
feet. That's the score of
the
his season.
attacker that was running down the middle,
and again,
he passed
cross
it
comes
back,
in,
took a
it's
tap,
blocked away by,
sideways,
the
and
defender.
then passed it backwards and
it's
sideways
got
to
out.
behind the
McCallum put
advancing
out
striker.
there.
And you're thinking, if you want to be in the Premier League, you need to have that one-touch shot. You get it in that wing position. You cross it and thread it through those legs and straight in front of the forward that's pushing back. And you try and time it so he's not offside. He didn't even try it. Sousa. Now for Sheffield United, Luton Town having another attack and another shot off target goes to Sousa, and Sousa can build from the back. Let's go to the other games. And Brentford has scored away at West Ham. It's West Ham 0, Brentford 1.
And there's a header, it's gone just wide. Well, it was a good opportunity there. I think it might have been Amari Bell. Was it getting close to it? Asgard in the mix as well. Adebayo close to it. I'm taking a look as the ball comes in. Who was it?
Sheffield United, they go straight to the other side
with the header.
and having another shot themselves. It is end to end, but Sheffield United at the minute a little bit pulled back and not quite in the game as much as I would have expected them to be. Luton Town having a fair amount of this game at the minute. West Ham 0, Brentford 1. All the other games in the Premier League, Aston Villa, Fulham, Manchester City and Southampton are going. They're all about 7 or 8 minutes, and they're all 0-0. The Championship games are all 0-0 at the minute. We'll go through a couple of them. We'll come back and go through a couple. We have a goal at... typical. Who are the best? Let me ask the person who did. Who is the best team in the EFL in the first 45 minutes? Because they've just scored.
By Munich.
Go on, tell me which one it is.
Glasgow Celtic in midweek. But Romanese looks
You've
like
probably seen it anyway. It's Crawley.
The man who's
Crawley have one of the best, if not the best, 45 minutes in any team. They keep being 4-0, 3-0 up after 45 minutes and not winning it. There again, it's Crawley Town 1, Wycombe Wanderers 0. So Crawley are now starting their 35-45 minutes worth of good football, and it's straight away in the first half. Let's see what Wycombe do when they die down in the second half and allow Wycombe back into the game, which tends to happen. Do you think it'll happen? I think it might do. They've certainly not. Looking at League 2. League 2 does have a game. A game with a goal. It's Walsall 0, Chesterfield 1. Chesterfield now doing quite well.
Needs to do a little bit
They've
better.
been up and down, I think, haven't they? Look at where they are. Walsall, Chesterfield, table, please. They're in 10th position, but they have been just nudging on the top 7. And again, they're winning. They're sort of, they're 45 points, so they're not far away. They're 4 points away from the 7th place, so they're pushing away.
They got a new manager and stopped doing what they were doing so well.
So that's the only game with a goal in League 2.
They've changed their style.
Let's turn this down a bit. It's a little bit loud.
Do well for them, but
I'll turn that down. So that's a Sheffield United game that we're listening to. If you want me to be quiet and let you listen to it,
probably with the edge of the area.
I'll slow down a little bit for you, but do ask, because otherwise I'll just rant on and you'll just have to stay there. And if it's my Birmingham fan, you lot have really caused me trouble. Did you see? I mean, I assume it's going to be my Birmingham fan. You Birmingham fans really gave me some hassle on yesterday about that the video, just because I didn't say you were going to win. Look, I do think I got it wrong. I'm thinking 1-1 now rather than 2-2. But I still got. I would still get a hassle, wouldn't I? But yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about apparently, and I don't do my research. There's no research to do. Every team that goes there goes 10 man at the back. It's easy. What research do you need to do? Well, I am, like I said when you came on, I don't get paid. I'm not monetized. I go work. I come back at 6 o'clock, and I've got a few hours to do some videoing. I can't. It's got to be my own opinion. It can't be anything else. I have a quick look at other people's podcasts to see those that are monetized. I can use the fact that they've looked into the research things. So I do a quick look at theirs. 1 or 2, 3 of those, and I think, okay, yeah, there has been something that I've missed, so I put it in my podcast. But it's really strange how people, as soon as you don't say their team's going to win, start telling you to do your research, and you don't know what you're talking about.
Good opportunity so far.
We have got that. Oh, let's have a look at Bristol Rovers versus Albion. Has been a goal, and it's just gone in, and it's Bristol Rovers 1, Burton Albion 0, and. Yeah, let's just see. Doubt it's literally only just gone in. We're not going to see who now. We're not going to see who yet, but we'll come back to. Whoops, I've gone out of it. What a stupid thing to do. So yeah, it's not going to tell us who's in that one.
From the team who won last time, Hamer's a big player. Cannon out. Miss for them.
So let's have a look. Crawley won. Let's go to one of the League One games. Let's go Leyton Orient, Lincoln City. Then we're going to go to the Birmingham game. So Birmingham. If you're the Birmingham fan, we're going there in a minute. Leyton Orient 0, Lincoln City 0. Leyton Orient just got the ball in midfield. Pass it through the middle, down to the right-hand side, bro. Connor kicks it out for a throw-in by the corner flag to Leyton Orient. Let's just see if Leyton Orient can make something of this. 14 minutes, and it's 67% play to Leyton Orient. They're absolutely running the game riot here. It's evens for it's less than it's odds on just for Leyton Orient.
It's off the other side of the bar. Another shot comes in, saved by the keeper. They are dead unlucky there. They hit the underside of the crossbar.
Leyton Orient coming. Luton are doing well. Luton have 2 shots there that should have gone in. And yeah, Luton Town, like I say, I think Sheffield United are underestimating their opponents. They should know better than that because they're not playing that great. They certainly don't need to underestimate their opponent. Leyton Orient still passing in midfield. 14 minutes and.
Callum now playing his way out from the back.
We're not seeing much, just a tap around midfield. But Leyton Orient certainly ahead on that one. We've got the Crawley ahead. We've got Bristol Rovers ahead. We've got a goal in the Barnsley Huddersfield game. I thought this would be 0-0. It's not going to be 0-0. It's Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 0. Let's go to Barnsley. Let's go to the Birmingham game.
Now back in shape, able to hold things up.
And it's Birmingham City 0, Charlton 0. Charlton attacking, but Williamson kicks it out only as far as Edwards. Edwards passes it back to Jones for Charlton. Edwards loses it, but it gets kicked back by Birmingham to a Charlton midfielder. Kicks it forward, but then the Birmingham player gets to it first. Kicks it out for a Charlton throw-in on the left-hand side. So we're on 16 minutes now, and we've only just missed the Birmingham's second corner actually. So it's certainly, look at the stats slightly. It's 77% play to Birmingham. I did say, is Charlton going to actually turn on that technical prowess that we? I know that they've got back. I know they have been able to play it in that last 5 or 6 games. The answer appears to be no. Trust them, Johnny. They want to prove me wrong, don't they? Now, Anderson.
What we're missing, what's wrong? Who can come in and then decide who needs to do
Come
what?
on.
And Rooney had those
Just passing it 1-2s in the midfield on the far left-hand side, just by the centre line. Back to Olsen. Tries nipping it through the left-hand wing, but Ramsey kicks it forward and out in the Birmingham half for a Birmingham throw. And at the minute, it's all Birmingham. Birmingham really looking quite.
I just left me scratching my.
Yeah, they're really on top here. 17 minutes. Charlton are 5-1 against, and I can imagine it as well. Dowell, Stansfield running down that left-hand side. Why does Stansfield always appear to me to be running down the left-hand side? I expect him to be in the middle, but he always seems to run down the left, and he crosses it in, which is why I expect him in the middle. And Brewer taps it out to Jones for Charlton. But Ramsey, they're gonna come back because Stansfield's right in front of him. Gillespie is going to try the left-hand wing away from Stansfield. Connor Coventry, who did so well against Williamson and Pike the last time out, didn't he? Through to Matt Godden now. This is a old legs here. Can we see Matt Godden? 18 minutes passing it back, passing it forward, and Matt Godden trying to do something. We just can't get through that line. I think it's actually a free kick. It's actually a free kick. Don't know which way from here.
Anyway, back to Oxford United.
It's gone to Birmingham, and Birmingham's Iwata gives it to Clara. So he is in the. Clara did make it into the. I thought he was going to be injured, but he's in the team. Which of course makes another improvement, doesn't it? It means we're not getting as many injuries mounting up. Laird gets it from a Charlton throw-in and gives it to Wata has a shot and it's off target, and it will go for a Charlton goal kick. At the minute, it's looking frighteningly. Blackpool have scored. It's Blackpool 1. Mansfield 0, and Mansfield's torrid time. My team to watch. They haven't won one for about 8 games, haven't they? It's ridiculous. And Orient have actually scored. Orient won Lincoln City 0. Said they were well on top there, and they certainly are. Let's just see a couple of scorers. Crawley 1, Wickham 0. It's Will Swan after 5 minutes for Crawley. We saw that one going quite early. Leighton Orient, let's look at that. 17 minutes, which is exactly now. It's Sonny Perkins who scored for Leighton Orient. We'll go Bristol Rovers. It was 13 minutes, which was 7 minutes ago. Chris Martin for Bristol Rovers gets that goal. We continue up here. Blackpool have just scored, literally just now. Sonny Carey. That's 2 Sonnies have scored in League One. How many times are you going to get a person called Sonny, let alone 2 scorers of the same bloody first name? That's weird, isn't it? Barnsley have scored a few minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, on 14 minutes, and it's Jonathan Russell for Barnsley. So Barnsley trying to get that the same form that they had in the first sort of half of the season. But it's been a pretty poor performance by Barnsley and Huddersfield over the last 6 games. I really couldn't see any goal coming in here, but it's not going to be 0-0, certainly not. But it's Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 0. As we see Charlton now with a throw-in, short to Connor Coventry into the corner with Matt Godden. Berry now. gets it. Matt Gunn, Berry passes it back, but he loses it to Anderson, and Anderson nicks in there for Birmingham, and a couple of extra touches there, just as they yeah, touches, a couple of extra touches, and Anderson just managed to nick in there and passing it around, a couple of 1-2s down to Pate, back to Cochrane, and Birmingham just keeping the ball, slowing it down, back to Davis. Ooh, goes in the middle, and Campbell manages to, a bit of a tough tackle I thought, but Doherty manages to, they manage to keep it going anyway. Jones loses it to Clara. Clara actually is doing a damn good job, and he passes it to also Laird, and we're going up the right hand side. Birmingham seeming to passing it up, and it's in the middle. That's a goal for Birmingham. Birmingham has scored. Who did we think was good? That was just Laird did a great job of threading that one through. From the right hand side, I said, didn't I? They're going up the the right hand side constantly, and Birmingham just threaded it through from Laird. Laird started all that, and absolutely brilliant goal. The play up to it was brilliant. Birmingham 1, Charlton 0, and it looks like I might be getting it wrong here, because Charlton actually are nowhere near. 3 shots for Birmingham, 1 on target, 1 in the net. 36% possession to Charlton, none on target. Well, that's it, isn't it? None off target either. In fact, Charlton have only been in the Birmingham third twice. So
they beat them then, and then
yeah. Well, that proves me wrong, doesn't it? I can see who's going to be apologising on the next video. I really thought that Charlton would turn up and play some good football. They've been playing good technical football, but they're not. They seem to be just sitting back, 10 at the back. I didn't think they'd play 10 at the back, but they are. They're playing 10 at the back, and it's like, you don't need to. You could play good football. As Matt Gunn gets into the final third nearly and loses it to Allsop straight away. It's like, just not even in it. They're just not even in it. Charlton just aren't anywhere at the minute.
There've been a few melees in the box,
and I wonder if we get the top end of the table at the minute. I wonder if we can get that. We have got the goals not on here. Oh, it's just it's not going to be on this table yet. So Birmingham are going to go up to 71. They're going to. Wycombe are on 60. They're miles ahead, aren't they? Birmingham are just miles ahead. 60 points to Wycombe, and I think that makes 71 to 11 points ahead with 17 games left. Wow. I could see them winning by about 20 odd points. Yeah, which is more than what I thought they would do. And Reading have scored against Rotherham. It's Reading 1, Rotherham 0. What did we think there? So we'll go back, because there's a few more goals going in at the minute. It's Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 0. It's Birmingham 1, Charlton 0. It's Blackpool 1, Mansfield 1. And Mansfield have equalised, and they haven't been doing so well. It's Bristol Rovers 1, Burton Albion 1, Burton Albion 0 still, but it's now go away. It's now Crawley Town 1, Wycombe 1, and Wycombe have got back in on that one. It's Reading 1, Rotherham 0. Leighton Orient 1, Lincoln City 0. It's now Shrewsbury Town 1, Bolton 0. And what are the Shrews doing? Because they seem to be just.
I would suggest that
they seem to be getting the points from games, even though they're playing absolutely awful. And they aren't playing great football. They aren't playing pretty football. But if it as a couple of my, I think it was John. Go off! I've forgotten his second name. John, the Birmingham fan that comes on the Rotherham podcast. It's not about pretty play. It's not about whether you play good or bad. It's about getting the 3 points. At this stage of the season, it's all about getting 3 points, especially for Birmingham. Just get the 3 points. It's John Morant. Yeah, he's always around everywhere. And he says, look, we just want to get the 3 points. Sod whether it's a good game. Sod whether we're attacking all the time. Not bothered. We get a goal. We get a goal. We're in the lead. We're going to get 3 points. Forget it. Leave it. And this sort of game where Birmingham are so far ahead in and playing a team that I didn't think would play 10 men at the back, but are. I can see Birmingham now just shutting up shop, just keeping pushing like they usually do, but not over pushing that they can let Charlton in and get through the back. And they're good at doing it.
The ball forced forward, but it's headed away. Ball breaks to McCallum. Dinks the ball to the far post. That's headed away. Should be cleared by Doughty now.
And Luton. Leighton Orient have just scored again. It's Leighton Orient 2 at Lincoln City 0. Just quickly go through League 2. We've got Newport County 0, 10-man Bradford 0. The only other goal there actually is Chesterfield. It's still poorly scoring down in League 2. Let's go to Wigan Stockport. Why not? We'll go to Wigan Stockport. Wigan Smith now down the middle for Wigan. Pass it back. They're trying to go down the left hand side now. Wigan trying to ball in. Ooh. And they get tackled by Stockport, which you're going to expect them to, but then the Wigan player goes in a bit hard and gets a yellow card, so it'll be a free kick to Stockport. Let's see what the state of play is here. Stockport 63% possession, 3 shots, 1 on goal. But Wigan 37% possession, 3 shots, 1 on goal. Obviously, all I've got here is the stats and where the ball is. So there are only certain games I can actually watch. This isn't one of them. Wigan are looking like they're doing more with the ball when they've got it, but Stockport, to me, with those figures, look like they're going to be. It's either going to be a draw or it's going to be Stockport that win that one at the minute. Stevenage, Peterborough. Now, before I go in here, I would expect Peterborough to be pretty much out of this one, but Peterborough, they need to improve, and I think that the fans and the management and the players will be trying their hardest to turn a corner in this one. So I'm not expecting it to be too different. 41% possession to Stevenage, 59 to Peterborough. However, it's 2 shots, both on target for Stevenage, no goal. And 1 shot not on target for Peterborough out of their 61%. I think the key thing here is that Stevenage's 2 shots were just they must have been quite from out of the way. It's not easy chances to take, whereas the one from 2 now from Peterborough, both off target. We're a little bit more central because 0.01 for XG for Stevenage, 0.16 for Peterborough. So if we go away from all those things, we've got Shrewsbury Town 1, Bolton 0, and Shrewsbury have it in defence with Feeney in the box. Tries pushing it straight through the middle, but Bolton's Toll gets it, passes it right to Jones eventually. Matete across the left, a quick swap to Johnson on the left, and Johnson will try and pass it down the left hand side, but it's not really working out well. Oliver scored for Shrewsbury on 20 minutes. We're now on 31 minutes, and it's staying in the middle, and for Bolton, and Shrewsbury Town come in and try and tackle, and it's a yellow card for Shrewsbury, and Bolton will have a free kick in a reasonably difficult reasonably tough position. They could probably get that in the box. You probably will get it in the box at some point. So at the minute we are, it's mainly Shrewsbury Town, as you can imagine. It's 60-40 for possession, 6 shots, 1 on target for Shrewsbury, and this is the problem with Shrewsbury. They just don't seem to get enough of those shots on target. And I said I think it was last weekend, it's great that they make so many shots, it's great for the fans, but you've got to get more on target. Get more on target, you get more goals. 1 on target, 1 goal. You know, and it just shows you when they get it on target, they can do some damn good shots.
Great on the ball as well. And
Bolton had their first shot of the game, and it's off target. 44% possession. First shot after 32 minutes. And
I think Clark held him up there, and
Hull will set it going again. Marquis manages to get the second touch there for Shrewsbury and get it away from a Bolton player. 1-2 with another player. Johnston comes in again, grabs it, but Hull gets it and then gives it back, and Gape gets it and gives it back, and Gape gets it and gives it back. Oh, for heaven's sake, stop playing fucking ping pong ball. And at the minute, it's ping pong football for Shrewsbury and Bolton. Yeah, I would have expected Bolton to be able to really grab hold of this game, but Shrewsbury Town are capable of throwing the odd banana skin in, aren't they? I mean, we know they how well they play. On occasion, usually it's 10 man behind the ball and then just try and break and take one the break. At the minute, the stats suggest that during the time we haven't been watching, at least, it's it's not the case in this one. They are actually playing good football, and they've been in the Bolton end most of the game. So actually, they're not playing 10 at the back. Well, they are playing at home, so we would expect that, wouldn't we? So they are doing quite well. We're going up the list. It's Reading, Rotherham, and Wing, Craig. Oh, Lewis Wing has a shot and it's off target, and Reading are back. They're pushing the Rotherham ball right to the head, and we kick it out, and it's going to be a Reading throw in right by the corner flag. And let's just see who scored. It was Nibs, Harvey Nibs for Reading. Let's just see this throw in for Reading, as Reading lead at the minute 1-0 against Rotherham. One wonders whether we're desperate to get rid of the boss. Oh, and another yellow card for Rotherham. How many yellow cards have we got so far? Two yellow cards, one for Humphreys Grant and another one just now. So it's not looking very good for Rotherham. Waiting for this ball to be thrown in from the Reading right by the corner flag.
Spinning a turn from him, holds the ball up, it's done well, and they managed to recycle it. I really like the look of this lad. Amari Bell now driving forward into the box. He goes, does he? No, he's going to lay the ball off. Walston. Asgard first touch lets him down, but he's able to
the line seems to have gone down. Mansfield have just scored, so it's Blackpool 1, Mansfield 2. So Mansfield coming from behind. We are going up that way. Leyton Orient 2, Lincoln City 0. We're actually going to Lincoln City next. We're going back up the list. We'll soon be back.
Into the box. I can't believe Adebayo's missed from there. He should be scoring that. Oh, dearie me. Well, I did use the expression barn door and banjo, didn't I?
Did you hear that one? Banjo and barn door. Oh, God, Adebayo. How on earth do you miss that?
Knocking it in. I fancy Jones, who's on the overlap, is going to do better. But he did it. He shinned it over. Oh, dearie me. That could easily be 1-0. He's a real blunt instrument, Elijah Adebayo.
We're listening to the Luton Sheffield United game, and I tell you what,
difference maker.
Luton Town are just all over Sheffield United at the minute. They really are.
Looking for a shot in the box. It's straight down the middle from Asgard. Oh dearie me, how many chances do these guys want?
They're honestly, Luton Town are running riot. They really are running riot. I can't believe that Luton Town are just they're all over the place. We've got Asgard, who's supposed to be on that sort of left flank of midfield. And he's actually up with Carlton Morris and Adebayo. They're actually playing. They started off with a 3-5-2. They're ending up with a 3-4-3. With I'm trying to think. I think it's Liam Walsh that's moving further towards the middle, and it's it's just absolutely insane. Kelman there for Leyton Orient has another shot, and it's all only just misses there. So Leyton Orient 2-0. Comes back from a defender after that. Another shot, bang, and it goes. One gets kicked out. Leyton Orient tried to cross it for a third shot, but a defender from Lincoln kicks it out. And Jet Curry now for Leyton Orient. Leyton Orient are doing exactly the same as Luton. Leyton Orient are just running riot at home to Lincoln City. Doesn't look like Lincoln City. I mean, what's this? Lincoln are getting the ball and they are getting the shots off, but at the minute, whenever we go there, it's Luton Town at Lincoln City are making a substitution, and they really need to because they're not in this game. Every time I come in, it seems to be all Leyton Orient. I will be honest, when we're not in, Lincoln City are making the odd attack, but it's not. They don't seem to be really getting through that Leyton Orient defence too often. They are doing it, but not too often. And Rotherham United have just equalised. My God, how can we equalise? It was actually all Reading. When we were in there a minute ago, it was all Reading, however. No, it hasn't. Why are you saying it's equal? They haven't equalised.
It's one of those where you're cutting across the
It's saying they've equalised on one.
He's overdone it, really.
On 38 minutes. No.
Nil. Sheffield United 0. 39 minutes gone.
No, that's been disallowed. Because on Bet365 it's still Reading 1, Rotherham 0. So that is a false bit of news on from Sky. So Sky have got it wrong. How surprising is that, guys? It's still Reading 1, Rotherham 0. So forget that score alert. That score alert is total rollicks. As we'd expect. Let's go to Birmingham, the Barnsley Huddersfield. Then we'll go back down to the Birmingham game. Barnsley on the left-hand side now. They're 1-0 up, and I want to see the stats on this game. 46% possession to Barnsley, 54 to Huddersfield. 8 shots to Barnsley, 2 on target. 7 shots to Huddersfield, 2 on target. The shots are going in, however, they don't seem to be more haphazard.
So interesting how that's going to work.
So Luton Town then. Anyway.
Forward.
Norwich, Hull City 1, Norwich 0. Yeah, they've just corrected the score. It is in fact Rotherham 1-0 down. Hull City 1, Norwich 0. Middlesbrough, Watford, something's happening there. It's a Watford goal. It's Middlesbrough 0, Watford 1, Millwall 1, West Brom 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Coventry now 1. And let's just, we'll go to the Birmingham game. It is Birmingham 1, Charlton 0, and Alsop is injured at the minute. just as
But
we
you just
continue,
know,
and
don't you,
Birmingham take the kick, and we start to play out from the back. They tried nipping it down the right hand side, but it just comes straight back from a Charlton defender. They try the middle, and Gillespie kicks it back, and they try the middle again, and Gillespie this time kicks it to the right hand side, but it gets threaded down the Charlton right, and Birmingham pick it up. They try threading it through the middle, but a Charlton player managed to get his foot to it and kick it out for a Birmingham throw in. We'll watch this. It's halfway through the Charlton half on the right hand side, and Birmingham now. Oh, they throw it straight to Edwards for Charlton. Fortunately for them, Cochrane manages to get the second ball and tries threading it down the left, and a Charlton managed to kick it out, and it's another throw in for Birmingham. Hopefully they'll do better this time. Birmingham on the left, throw it back this time to Cochrane. Davis, and they're just keeping it now, keeping it in defence, and defence thread it through, but Laird couldn't get to that. It gets kicked out, but only back to Laird, who can then go down the sort of right hand side of midfield and try and get that ball back in 42 minutes, and Clara has actually got a yellow card. Iwata has got a yellow card. We're that's two of their better players as well. So be very careful with that one. Dowell now. Stansfield, who's playing really far back. Iwata, Dowell, Stansfield, all in their own half, well in their own half as well. Stansfield kicks it to the right hand wing, but Connor Coventry gets to that one and kicks it off a Birmingham player for a throw in. Neat little kick off a Birmingham player.
Obviously, Camber so close to nicking that ball.
Throw it in, but they I don't know what happened. They throw it in, they have a couple of touches, Charlton, and then Birmingham try kicking it to the far left hand side. Straight over the other.
Good save then by Kaminski.
Right over the far side. I'm watching the Sheffield game, and Jones manages to get it for Charlton from Birmingham, but then tries passing it back to the goalkeeper down the middle, and Dowell just finds that one nice and easy to gather. You're not going to thread it over the middle. 10 men at the back threading it over, trying to thread it over the defence of Birmingham, but it just went out straight through, and Williamson has a shot and comes back out, and unfortunate for Charlton, it goes to Small. I don't think it was actually aimed there, and Charlton are really up against it. It's 44 minutes. I mean, let's look at the stats of it. 60% possession to Birmingham. So actually, Charlton have managed to get back in it. 3 shots for Charlton, none of them on target, because they're being forced to do it from distance, because that's all they can do. 6 shots for Birmingham, 2 now on target, one in the net. They're getting themselves into good positions. The XG shows you that on its own, but they are getting themselves into better positions. They're going. As Matt Godden has a shot off target, and it bounces off a defender to gets kicked out so far to goes to Berry eventually in the middle for Charlton. Edwards, Campbell, this could be dangerous. He's trying to do a 1-2 to try and get it across. Oh, he gets taken out. But no, he carries on, crosses it through, and it goes straight over the goal and straight into the far side for a throw in. And but when Birmingham throw it in, it's straight for a free kick, and it's a free kick to Charlton.
Good game, really.
Half right in the middle of the pitch, really. So let's see what Charlton can do with this. It's 3 minutes extra time at Birmingham. Luton Town doing so well at home to Sheffield United. That's what we're listening to. as Connor Coventry grabs that one, loses it, gets the second ball, passes it through to somebody else, gets it to Matt Godden. Connor Coventry loses it, but only gets kicked straight to Jones. Jones now has got 2 minutes to try and make something of this Charlton. It's the first time that they've really put a few passes together. But Birmingham immediately cross it in, and it goes straight down the right-hand side again. And that right-hand side is lethal from Birmingham. It's the right-hand side is amazing. Straight in, out off target, and it's a Charlton.
Asgard has shown up really well. The new number 8.
Turn that down, so that's now half-time. It's a goal kick to Charlton.
Straight down the middle on target, one wide, but
certainly slow. Down the left at right hand side, and Williamson did a good job in getting into that one, and Palk can kick that one to the side, but a Charlton player tackles him, and it goes out for a Birmingham throw in just about on halfway line. We've got about 45 seconds left to half time. Throwing it to Connor Coventry and Ramsey is not a good idea, and the pair of them try a 1-2, but it's not really working out for them as Williamson just seems to just kick it nicely through, but Anderson's going to get that one, and so Williamson manages to get it through a couple of Charlton players. But then Williamson loses it, Anderson loses it, Charlton pass it down roughly the centre line. 1-2 passes later, it's Alsop that manages to save the day. And it's half time at Reading. It's Rotherham losing 1-0. Birmingham half time, it's 1-0. Let's just have a look through here, because I think we've just got... That was just gone off. We'll have a look at the Premier. Ipswich have had a red card. It's Aston Villa 0, 10-man Ipswich 0. It's Fulham 1, Nottingham Forest 1. It's Manchester 3, Newcastle 0. Newcastle Ale's not doing very well there. Southampton, one of my local sides. Southampton 0, Bournemouth 2, West Ham 0, Brentford 1. It's Blackburn 0, Plymouth 0. I really couldn't guess which way that one was going to go. I mean, I don't know what you think, but Blackburn are the better side in that lot, but they've had the run of the green for so long, and they are a better side than Plymouth. But Plymouth winning at Liverpool, and then that huge win against Millwall, was it 5-1? They seem to have got the mojo back, don't they? And I was thinking in the predictions, I really don't know which way to go on this one. I'll leave it to you lot. Toss of the coin and went for Blackburn, but it could go either way. Let's have a quick look, because we're actually going through this. Let's look at the stats, because 77% to possession to Blackburn, 6 shots, 2 on target, 23% to Plymouth. Much like the Liverpool game, 2 shots, 1 on target, but neither of them have got a goal. The XG is 1.0 for Blackburn, 0.1 for Plymouth. So we would be thinking, I was probably right going for tossing the coin for Blackburn. Hull City 1, Norwich 0. Half-time, Luton was obviously the one we're listening to. Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 0. But it looks like Sheffield United will be rubbing the wounds after this game, in more ways than one. Middlesbrough 0, Watford 1. Half-time, it's Millwall 1, West Brom 1. And I fear we've had another incident there, because it's on 35 minutes, which means that doesn't sound too good, does it? If it is, I hope the person's okay. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Coventry 1, Stoke City 0, Swansea 0, Barnsley going to League 1, Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 0, Birmingham 1, Charlton 0, Blackpool 1, Mansfield 2, Mansfield coming from behind, Bristol Rovers 1, Burton Albion 0, Crawley 1, Wycombe 1, Wycombe coming from behind, Leyton Orient 2, Lincoln City 0, and Leyton Orient are really running that game ragged. Shrewsbury Town 1, Bolton 0, certainly one that I didn't expect, but you know Shrewsbury can be a potential banana skin for anybody, can't they? Stevenage 0, Peterborough 0, and I thought that might be a board draw, and I'm going to stick by it. I think that might very well be a board draw. Wigan Athletic 0, Stockport 0. We have another 9 minutes. I'm going to take 5 minutes to have a quick drink. So we'll put that one up. We will put the review of the first half of the Sheffield United game away at Luton. Hopefully you can hear that. And we will leave you with that, and I shall see you in about 5 minutes' time. Do stay, do click like, and if you're not a subscriber, which I think you will be, do subscribe, because you know, lots more videos, lots more fun and chat, and lots more watch-alongs.
Number 8 for the Hatters. You've got a shot on him, and one shot in particular beat Michael Cooper, but they came back off the underside of the crossbar. He did another effort straight down the middle on target, one wide, but certainly he played well. Tyrese Campbell had the best chance from Bates' shot, saved it in the near post. It's half time at Kenilworth Road. It is Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 0. The Hatters have been the better of the two teams. Tello Asgard has shot it really well. The new number 8 for the Hatters. You've got a shot on him, and one shot in particular beat Michael Cooper, but came back off the underside of the crossbar. He did another effort straight down the middle on target, one wide, but certainly he played well. Tyrese Campbell had the best chance from Bates' shot, saved it in the near post. It's half time at Kenilworth Road. It is Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 0. The Hatters have been the better of the two teams. Tello Asgard has shot it really well. The new number 8 for the Hatters. You've got a shot on him, and one shot in particular beat Michael Cooper, but came back off the underside of the crossbar. He did another effort straight down the middle on target, one wide, but certainly he played well. Tyrese Campbell had the best chance from Bates' shot, saved it in the near post. It's half time at Kenilworth Road. It is Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 0. The Hatters have been the better of the two teams. Tello Asgard has shot it really well. The new number 8 for the Hatters. You've got a shot on him, and one shot in particular beat Michael Cooper, but came back off the underside of the crossbar. He did another effort straight down the middle on target, one wide, but certainly he played well. Tyrese Campbell had the best chance from Bates' shot, saved it in the near post. It's half time at Kenilworth Road. It is Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 0. The Hatters have been the better of the two teams. Tello Asgard has shot it really well. The new number 8 for the Hatters. You've got a shot on him, and one shot in particular beat Michael Cooper, but came back off the underside of the crossbar. He did another effort straight down the middle on target, one wide, but certainly he played well. Tyrese Campbell had the best chance from Bates' shot, saved it in the near post. It's half time at Kenilworth Road. It is Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 0. The Hatters have been the better of the two teams. Tello Asgard has shot it really well. The new number 8 for the Hatters. You've got a shot on him, and one shot in particular beat Michael Cooper, but came back off the underside of the crossbar. He did another effort straight down the middle on target, one wide, but certainly he played well. Tyrese Campbell had the best chance from Bates' shot, saved it in the near post. It's half time at Kenilworth Road. It is Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 0. The Hatters have been the better of the two teams. Tello Asgard has shot it really well. The new number 8 for the Hatters. You've got a shot on him, and one shot in particular beat Michael Cooper, but came back off the underside of the crossbar. He did another effort straight down the middle on target, one wide, but certainly he played well. Tyrese Campbell had the best chance from Bates' shot, saved it in the near post. It's half time at Kenilworth Road. It is Luton Town 0, Sheffield United. The two teams, Tello Asgard has shown up really well, the new number 8 for the Hatters. He got a shot on him, and one shot in particular beat Michael Cooper, but came back off the underside of the crossbar. He did another effort straight down the middle on target, one wide.
Welcome back, and we are gonna battery saver on now. That's gonna be good, isn't it? I don't think I've got any more USB ports on this. I'm going to get the USB connector for you. I'm going to get some more power to that one. We are back. I'm just gonna unplug my mouse, and I shall put in an extra power cable. Nice and short. That should allow me to bring a little bit more of power to that, and we can go ahead with the second half. So we're starting. Where are we going to start? We're not starting yet. Oh, Millwall is just finishing. It's Millwall 1, West Brom 1. That's 45 minutes and 39 seconds at the minute. So we'll be waiting for that one. 1 minute extra time, so there's not long to go. West Brom kicking it from the straight back to the goalkeeper, kicks it out, but only as far as Brian for Millwall. Millwall down the left-hand side. Can they get it in before it's finished? No, he gets tackled by Furlong before he can get it in. And West Brom can try and get one last lob, I think, into the box, but it can't. It's half time. Let's just look at the timeline here, because I think it's a Brian own goal. It's actually a Brian own goal for West Brom. So Cooper scores for Millwall, and then Brian scores for Millwall for West Brom. There's no mention of there's no mention of why it's so late, that one. Anything started in Championship? No. Anything started in League One? Not as yet. No. Anything in 2, just for the sake of it. Just that one red card for Bradford, but nothing started yet. At the minute, it's looking like Huddersfield, Barnsley, Huddersfield, maybe. It may stay as it is, or it may be a 1-1 draw. It's pretty even, that game. It is Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 0, but I don't think Barnsley are particularly on top. They're about even, to be quite honest. Birmingham Charlton have just surprised the hell out of me. I think that there was a late goal at Leyton Orient. Leyton Orient 2, Lincoln City 1. I don't know whether I remember that. I don't remember that being the score. Let's have a look at that one. I'm sure that one. Well, give me the timeline there. It's not giving me any timeline. Thank you very much. 40. Oh yeah. Lincoln City on 45 minutes, right on the break. Lincoln City managed to get a goal back, which is actually quite strange because it's been all Leyton Orient. How the hell they've managed to get a goal, pull one back there. And Bromley scored in League 2. Bromley 1, Fleetwood 0. Cheltenham 0, Barrow 2. The other goal there is Tranmere 0, Milton Keynes 1. So we did start to get a few goals in League 2 eventually. Obviously we returned to listen to the Birmingham game. So we shall wait till things start again. The Reading Rotherham game started. That's the only game. Trust it. The only game to have started is our game. I'd rather it be called off, really, but never mind. We're gonna continue with the sound as long as we can. I think we're going to be.
I guess we've got Sousa in there.
Close on the power.
Diaz and Robinson, all big targets. The ball comes in, but it's headed away by Big Adebayo, and ball be chased out. Charity, good ball out to the corner kick taker. Peck looks for give and go, and continues his run at the byline.
So we have
then a header comes in, but it's straight to the hands of the goalkeeper.
Luton Sheffield United. That's still half time.
Could just cushion it back to the keeper, really.
Middlesbrough 0, Watford 1 is 48 minutes. So that's started again. Who else started? Hull. Hang on a minute. Hull 1, Norwich 1, 48 minutes. So let's have a quick look at that game, because see lots of goals going in it. Fulham 1, Nottingham Forest 1. West Ham 0, Brentford 1. I wanted to look at the Hull City Norwich game.
Iron out the fire, if you like. Asgard picks the ball up under pressure. Done well there.
We've just had a goal from Sargent for Norwich City. So Norwich City coming back into it, 1-1. As soon as they came out in the second half. So Hull City now with the ball with Jones. We'll continue to try and listen to the Luton game as far as we can.
Done fairly well. Campbell trying to hold it up. The ball fought for, and Asgard comes out on top. Lays it back.
We shall wait for that one. See how long we get with that one. It's telling me I've got no battery on it.
Swing either way.
So Coyle now for Hull City down the right, to cross the to the left hand side, gets to Slater, crosses it back to the right, but Mahovo loses it and then gets it back and then loses it again, and this time Hull City pass it into the centre. He can't get through the Norwich defence and pass it back to Alzette, and one couple of 1-2s, and it's still quite a lot of. I think Hull City have been under the cosh for probably the last 15 minutes for the looks of it, but they just seem to be at the minute managing to just keep. They're just keeping Norwich City at bay. As they try threading the ball into the far left-hand goalpost, and the Norwich goalkeeper manages to sort of get to it first. I would expect Norwich to be able to do this. I really would. However, and they have come back from behind, so and they have got 66% possession. But they've not got the most shots. 6 shots, 3 on target to Hull, 4 shots, 2 on target for Norwich. It's one of those games where the stats don't really match. Don't really match what's happening. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that one. Corner short for Hull City, and they don't do much with it. It's gone all the way back into defence. Really should have done better than that.
It finished today. Cardiff 1, Bristol 1, Oxford United 0, Portsmouth 2, Preston 0, Burnley 0.
We have Manchester City 3, Newcastle 0, Southampton 0, Bournemouth 2.
Hull 1, Norwich 1. Our game's a draw.
Hull 1, Norwich 1. Still Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 0, and as you can hear from the commentator, it's pretty boring at the minute. But Luton Town they are still on top. They are still playing the better football. Middlesbrough 0 and Watford 1. Let's go to the Middlesbrough game just for the hell of it. We'll go to the Middlesbrough game. Middlesbrough at the minute are slightly ahead on this one. They're certainly more. They're in attack more often than what Watford are anyway. They're just not really. They're just not really letting off the shots that Watford are. Both teams have had two shots on target. It's Middlesbrough 0, Watford 1. However, total shots 5 to Middlesbrough and 10 to Watford. So Watford are doing more with it when they've got it, as Conway has a shot off target again for Middlesbrough. They'll be really gutted they're not turning more of these shots into shots on target. Middlesbrough don't look like they've got the oomph in the final third. It's a lot more often in the Watford third than it is in the Middlesbrough third, but Watford are just doing more with it. At the end of the day, it looks like it's going to be a Watford win unless Middlesbrough can turn that one round. This game here, the Blackburn Plymouth game, I've got to go with this one. This is one that I asked everybody to give me help on, because this is one of those games you look at and think, which way is this going to go? Because they're both. I could say, I could see Blackburn
trying the ball now.
Not doing as well as they have done. They haven't got the run of the green as they have you. But Plymouth have really got their tails up, haven't they, after the Liverpool win and the trouncing of Millwall midweek 5-1. They just seem to be on a roll. At the minute, it's still 77% to Blackburn. So Blackburn haven't lost any of the impetus there. They seem to be certainly on the front foot still. Looking at the timeline, we've had a couple of little bits where in the first half where Plymouth had a bit of they were on top for a little bit. As Bundu gets a ball in there from the it's off target, and Plymouth trying to prove me wrong as soon as I say it, don't they? Wouldn't you guess it? And it's a Blackburn goal kick. But if it really no teams really got the ball enough to say that they've got they've got this one sorted. It's Blackburn 0, Plymouth 0. It could end Blackburn 0, Plymouth 0, but I really thought it was going to be like 2 or 3-0 either way. Doesn't look like that's going to be. At the minute, we've got Blackburn just passing it round in triangles in defence, midfield, defence, across to Hyam in defence on the left. Yuri to Cantwell. Dolan managed to get across halfway line, across to Britton. Britton tries to cross it. Oh, it's a goal! Blackburn has scored from cross from the right hand side, and it's Blackburn 1. Britton there crossing it from the right, and perfect cross, and it's in the back of the net, and it's Blackburn 1, Plymouth 0, and Plymouth woes continue. It's interesting to see that that win in midweek. It's not really lifting them far enough out of that of the bottom, is it? I mean, 29 points is all three at the minute. I think are on 29 points. Luton Town on 28. We've got 2 on 29. Hull City on 30. They have actually pulled back a lot more than what I thought they had. I thought they were a lot further behind than that. But there we are. They go back down to the bottom now. 28 points for Plymouth on the bottom now, 24th. But what you've got to think of is who's worse than Plymouth, because they're thinking, well, we're winning games now, we should be easily getting out of it. But the problem is, you get the same act as what Sheffield Wednesday did last season. They kept winning games, but everybody above them were winning games as well, apart from Rotherham, and they managed to eventually get out of the bottom. But it took them months to get out because they were winning games, but everybody above them were winning games as well. And that's where I did the little video for. I was, look, we've got everybody's winning at the bottom. So it's everybody who wins is just trying to keep up with the others that are winning. So we're in a position where Plymouth are winning, but they're bottom of the league. Like ridiculous, isn't it? There's 3 points. There's 3 points, 5 points separating 20th from 24th. So it's really quite hair-raising down the bottom there. I'm glad we're not in it. I'm glad Rotherham aren't in it. And don't look like being back there either. It's Blackburn 1, Plymouth 0. And they do seem to be playing just that little bit better. But it was looking a little bit like it was going to be 0-0, which is not what I expected. I expected it to be a 2 or 3 goal win for either side. Not quite sure which one, to be quite honest.
Callum goes down.
So it is Hull City 1, Norwich 1, Luton 0, Sheffield United
Robertson
0.
take a free kick.
Oh, what's this? Middlesbrough, Watford? No,
Right.
no. Middlesbrough 0, Watford 1 still. So something went close there. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Coventry
Against
1.
Arsenal, didn't he? Always seemed to be an understudy. Played England under 21s.
Hull City 0, Hull City 1, Norwich 1.
Going to be Peck now. Take a free
Millwall
kick,
1, West Brom 1.
goal.
Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 0. Still, we'll go to this one in a minute. Birmingham 1, Charlton 0. Because I'm certain there's at least one. I'm certain there's at least one Birmingham fan in there. So we will go back to see it. Bristol Rovers 1, Burton Albion 0. Blackpool 1, Mansfield 2. Crawley 1, Wickham 1. Leighton Orient 2, Lincoln 1. Obviously that goal recently. And Rotherham have actually now managed to score. It's Reading 1, Rotherham 1. Let's just go see who that is. You see who. Don't tell me that Rotherham goal. We've got a second as we go in. It's Rotherham 2-1. No, it's Reading 1. Reading 1, Rotherham 2. As we go. Oh no, it's not. It's offside. It's offside. It's still 1-1. Right. Okay. That's typical, isn't it? So the second goal was a penalty from Nombe. The third goal has been classed as offside, I think. We're waiting for confirmation that the Rotherham's second goal is offside. Do believe it is. Yes, it is offside. Reading 1, Rotherham 1. So that's it. Nombe penalty for the first goal. And we will go to we were just going to do the call out the other ones. Shrewsbury Town 1, Bolton 0. Shrewsbury, yeah, they just seem to be nicking it at the minute. Bolton, I would have expected to be on top. They are possession wise, but Shrewsbury Town are having more of the attack. They certainly are in. When they have the ball, they're straight through the midfield, straight into the Bolton half, and they're doing more with it. So it looks like Shrewsbury Town could quite easily stay on top there and win that game.
I don't know. Anyway,
it's still Aston Villa. It's actually Aston Villa 0, 10-man Ipswich 1.
Anyway,
how? How? Fulham 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Still Manchester City 3, Newcastle 0. Southampton 0, Bournemouth 2, and West Ham 0, Brentford 1. Yeah, some really interesting goals going in. It's Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 1. So I'm thinking that's where it's going to stay. I think that's where it's going to stay. We'll quickly go in. Yeah, we knew that one. It's Birmingham. Birmingham shoot Anderson. It's off target, and Jones gets that one immediately from the shot. And he passes it out to the right hand side, but Williamson gets it. Awata and gives it to Davies. Cochrane. Davies has bloody loads of passes here. Christ. Williamson, Cochrane, Pake. Crikey. Can't hardly keep up with the bloody pace of this. Birmingham pass it in. Oh, near post, but Mannion gets it. Tries his best to stay away from the Birmingham players. And kicks it straight out, but gets it straight back to Gillespie to kick out. And Birmingham have a throw in, but throw it to Campbell for Charlton. That's again they've done that. They keep slow down with the bloody throw-ins and don't give it straight to the opposition. So Charlton trying to just slow the ball down, I think, for God's sake. 60 minutes, and it's interesting. What have we missed? We've missed a couple of things. So so 46 minutes. We had Maynard Brewer pulled on Mannion. In 56 minutes, Charlton took off Berry and pulled on Anderson, and also pulled off Small and put on Canu. Oh, they got Canu on front in now. So let's see what he can do. Probably nothing. Palk now, Pake now. Or is it Pake or Palk? Well, let's call him Pake. We'll call him Pake. I'm sure you Birmingham fans could tell me, is it Palk or is it Pake? I hate saying names wrong. It's like it's one of those pet hates of mine. Like, you say a name, you think I'm not quite sure how to say it. I can't even see it on the. I need glasses just to partly read this small writing. Ramsey gathers a shot from Birmingham, kicks it out, and it comes. Iwata kicks it back in, but Charlton managed to get to that one, and it kicked out again. And Pake now tries cutting it down to Anderson in the right hand corner, managed to get there, but Anderson from Charlton manages to intercept that one and kicks that one across to a defender to try and do a quick 1-2 and try and keep out of trouble, basically, because at the minute it's constantly coming out and back in, and Charlton are under the cosh at the minute.
Some of the players have played all the time in all the games, haven't they? And so they'd be tired. There's 7 changes for
with Cochrane now nicks that one in. Oh, God, kicks it out, and it's a dangerous throw in, I think, to Birmingham. So Birmingham have a throw in here. We'll try and see what happens. And think.
The Blades is Sam McCallum. In fact,
we're across to Williamson, Laird, Dowell, Laird. They just need to cross it in. Williamson, go on, Williamson can cross it in. He's a Pake, and Pake misses it, and it goes out for a throw. No, he's gone for a throw into Birmingham. I thought that was going to be Pake missing it, and it turned out, but crosses it in, but comes back out to Laird. Dowell now. Pake. We're in the middle. No, we're down the right hand side now with Laird, and they're just sat in the final third, right on the edge of the final third. Birmingham. Williamson, Pake in the middle, back to defence for Cochrane, and down the left hand side with Anderson. This is one of those times that I didn't think would happen, and it's Charlton are 10-man in defence, and you've just got a line of 10 players. Oh, they've gone through with Laird, and Laird crosses it, and Ramsey manages somehow to kick it out, but only as far as Laird. And another tackle by Charlton. It goes out for a really dangerous throw in here. So, short to Dowell, really took quickly. Dowell back to Iwata. He tackled, and it goes out for another throw into Birmingham, but it's tackled straight away. Anderson for Charlton manages to get to that one.
Cooper buys a little bit of time.
And Birmingham are not only on the front foot, they're on the front foot, hands, feet, head, tail. Edwards. Birmingham having a substitution now. Let's see what we're going to do. Will Birmingham pull back and just sit back on this? Because they know they can. Because Charlton really don't. They've not had one shot on target yet. Birmingham had a throw in. Let's see if we're going to get told who the substitution was. I haven't got confirmation yet. If you know who the substitution was, then put it in. Because I haven't actually got. I haven't got anything on that yet. I'm trying to pull as many of it as no, he's not going to tell me. We're waiting for the throw in, so we're obviously waiting for the substitution to be finalised. See the point here: 10 shots for Birmingham, 2 on target. Really do need better shot shooting than that. But that's because you've got 10 men solid in front, isn't it? You're not going to get close shots from inside the box as often if you're playing a team with 10 men at the back. I understand that. But these players are really technical. Williamson and that are really good at getting through the tight defenders. I saw him when he was at the beginning of the season, and his pace through the defence was brilliant. So we're going to go away because we don't seem to be getting anything on that one. We're still waiting for them to turn over. Fulham 2, Nottingham Forest 1. It's still 10-man Ipswich 1-0 up away to Aston Villa.
But you know what, he's an attacker.
Blackburn 1, Plymouth 0 still. Hull City 1, Norwich 1 still. It's still this game that we're watching is it's still Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 0. But how Luton Town aren't 3-0 up, I will never know. Middlesbrough 0, Watford 1, Millwall 1. West Brom 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry 1. Yeah, it's just gone 1-1. Stoke City 1, Swansea 1. It's now goal at Barnsley. It's Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 2. This is far from the boring game that I thought it would be, isn't it? Birmingham 1, Charlton 0. Blackpool. Now look at this. Mansfield have had a comeback and a half, haven't they? Blackpool 1, Mansfield 3. We will go back to one of these. Bristol Rovers 1, Burton Albion 0. Crawley 1, Wycombe 1. Wycombe coming back. Leyton Orient 2, Lincoln 1. Is that a consolation goal? It looks like it. We might go back into that one in a bit. We've got Stevenage 1, Peterborough 1, Wigan 0, Stockport 0, and Shrewsbury 1, Bolton 2. So Bolton have managed to show that they are actually the better side. It's just that they were probably asleep in the first half. Let's choose one of these games. Let's go to the Blackpool-Mansfield game.
Finds one up, but he's trying to...
Mansfield with McLaughlin now in the middle, trying to just pass it around now. I think Mansfield... Oh, no, they're not going to... Comes across into the middle. Marquis, off shot there. Off target there for Mansfield. Comes off a defender and comes back out to Carey for Blackpool. Blackpool now trying to push it down the right-hand side.
He straightens up. Got goal side of Warner. Keeps on going. Runs into trouble.
And Blackpool just trying to steadily build, but not really making any headway against the Millwall side at the minute. That just seem to be able to cut out any passes that come through. So. And it's strange because Blackpool are usually really strong defensively at home. They let in they said when we played them, we don't let many goals in at home. You know, we're one of the best defensive records at home. They're now Blackpool 1, Mansfield 3. They did go ahead, but then they've let 3 in. And we're still playing it in defence for Blackpool, trying it into midfield. Try to get Fletcher through the middle. Can they? Nope. Casey back in defence, back to Gabriel on the right hand side, back to middle, back to Gabriel on the right hand side. They just cannot get it past that midfield line. To the left hand side with Husband, can they get it down the left? No, back to Husband, back to Casey. And they've got a lot of the ball, Blackpool, but they're not getting past halfway. Hamilton now tries getting up to halfway. No, back to Gabriel, across to Casey. They're just swapping sides, right to left in defence. Oh, they managed to get through midfield, and Fletcher on the left-hand side is passing it back and then back again, and Husband is back in midfield, tries to get managed to get to Coulson on the left-hand side. And he crosses it, and he gets right on the opposite side, and it's crossed left to right, and then right into the middle. It's a goal for Blackpool. That was an amazing piece of work. They threaded it down the left, crossed it straight to the right-hand side, and then crossed it back into the middle, and that just pulled the defence apart of Mansfield. And it's now Blackpool 2, Mansfield 3. Mansfield now making a substitution. You can imagine they're going to try and fend off anything here. We'll just wait to make sure it's confirmed, because like we said, we got the confirmation of a Rotherham second goal, and then that one got cancelled for offside. We'll just make sure it is a goal. Knowing my luck, I would go and tell you it's a second goal for Blackpool, and then it'll get took off as offside. We're going to wait.
And the goal. Kaminski comes and takes it on the half volley.
So we're still waiting.
The ball then
still waiting for confirmation.
Header won by Asgard.
Yeah, it has been confirmed. Blackpool 2, Mansfield 3.
But anyway, the Blades have the ball back. They launch it long. Hot potato.
Stoke City 1. Swansea 1. Sheffield Wednesday 1. Coventry 1. Millwall 1. West Brom 1. Hull City 1. Norwich 1. Oh, Jesus. Luton Town 0. Sheffield United 0. Is anybody winning in this league? Oh yeah, we have 2 winners. Blackburn 1. Plymouth 0. Does look like staying like that at the minute. It's 8-1 on for Blackburn. 40-1 now. It's just dropped 10. 50-1 down to 40-1 against Plymouth. Stoke City have just gone ahead at home to Swansea, and it's Stoke City 2, Swansea 0.
Smith's bottled out here. Since he's picked up a yellow card, that's his second foul, just bringing somebody down. And he's running across his back legs there. There's no attempt to play the ball. They should be down to 10 men, in my opinion. Stoke have scored against Swansea. And Luton are going to make more changes now. Nakamba goes off. He was on a yellow card. And I think that's Shannon Baptiste to come on.
Maybe. Oh, Coventry have just scored. I've just seen that one up there. Let's go to this one. Sheffield went. Well, probably pointless now. Going to be waiting for the kick, aren't we? Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry 2. No, it's been disallowed. It's Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry 1. We're having lots of disallowed goals here. Coventry are now to have a throw in on the right hand side in the Sheffield Wednesday half, and Coventry now. We'll wait for it. We'll see what this attack brings. 20 goals for Sheffield, 20 shots for Sheffield Wednesday, 7 on target, 1 goal. They'll be really annoyed at that. 8 shots for Coventry, 3 on target, 1 in the net. I think they'll be more happy with the ratios, won't they? But they need to be doing better and having better shots, I think. Although they did get a second in the net, and it was disallowed. As Johnston now has it for Sheffield Wednesday on their left. Sheffield Wednesday will attack down the left-hand side, back to midfield. They're not really able to get through that Coventry back line at the minute. Sheffield Wednesday.
Went to the byline. I didn't think it was a free kick, but the referee seems to have.
Sheffield Wednesday now. Still with the ball, still trying to do something with it, and failing at the minute. Take it across to the far side.
He's started free kick. He's going to get the hook now, Brenton Diaz.
Oh, cross it in, and Kitchen grabs that one. for Coventry, and Coventry can hopefully sort of. Is he gonna manage? No, he's not managed to get it to a Coventry player. But Allen retrieves the situation for Coventry. Only to kick it out. I know it comes off Bannon. Bannon kick. It gives it. It comes off Bannon and goes out for a Coventry throw in right by their own goal area.
Show that quality here. Pecknow's got a free kick.
There's not an awful lot of quality at Sheffield Wednesday, I can tell you. It's Aston Villa 1, 10-man Ipswich 1, so there's a goal there. Southampton 1, Bournemouth 2, so there's a goal there. Still Blackburn winning.
Oh, that's a good save by the keeper.
Still a draw there. Draw. Stoke 2, Swansea 1, Stoke City ahead now. It's Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 2, Birmingham 1, Charlton 0. Doesn't look like changing that. We saw the goal. Blackpool 2, Mansfield 3.
Cleared away. Back into the box, and then the ball's in the back of the net.
And it's Blackpool.
Blades here wheeling away in delight. They've scored.
Blades of Sheffield United have scored totally against the run of play, and it's Luton Town 0. Sheffield United won from absolutely nowhere.
Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 1.
Where did that come from? Blackpool are now equalised against Mansfield. It's Blackpool 3, Mansfield 3. Bristol Rovers still 1-0 up at home to Burton Albion. Crawley, Wickham. Let's go to the Crawley Wickham game.
And the shot comes in. O'Hare put it back in.
It's Wickham in the minute. It's actually not. It's not. It's an even game. It really is an even game. Look at the figures. It's an even game. McCleary now for Wickham down the right hand side for Wickham.
Lovely right foot strike then.
He's trying to get across him, but he's not going to be able to do it from there. Pushes it down into the right hand corner, right in the corner. Crosses it back, but Jules gets it. Anderson. Now for Crawley, a Wickham player tackles him. It goes out for a Crawley throw-in, but they throw it straight to a Wickham player, and goes out for a throw-in. However, it's going to be a Crawley Town substitution.
Really good ball in. Callum O'Hare, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he gets the assist for that.
See, we're on 77 minutes. And if we look at what's happened during this game, Crawley were well on top for the first half. In the second half, it's been a little bit more Wickham. However, it's not been as decisive as what I thought it would be. I thought that in the second half, if Crawley came out in the first half and did their usual 35-40 minutes of brilliant play and went ahead, probably 2 or 3-0, Wickham would then have to come back and play really good in the second half. They have played better in the second half. Crawley aren't playing as well in the second half, but they're managing to hold them off. And now we get a tackle there, and it's Crawley injury. Conroy.
Bloomfield thinking, well, we're sort of playing against a team who played without any strike.
I mean, would we call this a sort of dirty game? I mean, I wouldn't think so.
I always think,
there's only 2 yellow cards in it so far, so it wouldn't really.
Well, do you have to be a back three?
The first goal was on 5 minutes from Swan for Crawley.
Strike again.
And at the minute, it's Crawley 1, Wickham 1.
The crossfield ball from
doesn't look like being.
The box, a spin and a turn. Morris can't get his shot away. Too many defenders in there now. And one chases the ball. Kaminski's under pressure.
I do wish my computer would stop telling me that the game's about to start. It's second half.
Down the line. the ball's held up quite well.
Any important goals? Blackburn has scored. It's Blackburn 2, Plymouth 0. Now Blackburn, I did say I flipped a coin and said 2-0 to Blackburn. It's now exactly what I said it would be. I'm crossing my fingers.
The box, a little spin and a turn, but it's just not working out for Carlton Morris today.
Hull City 1, Norwich 1. I really thought Norwich would be able to do better than this. They aren't playing very well recently, but they, if we go into it, they are. It's extremely level. 10 shots on 10 shots, 3 on target for both sides. It's about as even as you're going to get. It really is. 60% possession to Norwich, but the actual play, the important bit we're talking about, the shots, when you're in the opposition's arm, is dead even. Hull City now down the right hand side. Matazu? Crikey, my eyesight needs changing. Christine kicks it out to Joseph for Hull City, and they're outside the box. They're trying to cross it in. Can they get the winner here? Kamara. Kamara now. I'm not really that bothered about Kamara. Bristol Rovers, Burton, something happening. Yes, there's been a goal. It's Bristol Rovers 1, Burton Albion 1, and the bottom end of that table is absolutely frantic, isn't it? Cannot believe how that bottom of the table, none of those teams at the bottom seem to want to give up the ghost. They are fighting for their survival, and if they carry on like that, teams such as Rotherham are going to find it a little bit difficult, aren't they? Because we're going to be seeing them catching the teams up in the middle that aren't scoring. So it's Bromley 1, Fleetwood 0 still. If we go in there, Gillingham 0, 10-man Crew 0, Newport 0, 10-man Bradford 0, Tranmere 1, Milton Keynes 1. Walsall 2, Chesterfield 1, so Walsall have come back to be leading that. If you're interested in the Scottish, it's now Celtic 3, Dundee 0. Wigan 1, Stockport. No, Wigan 0, Stockport 1. That's a goal in there. In fact, is there another goal? Yes, there is another goal in that game. It's Wigan 0, Stockport 2, and Stockport have indeed taken the lead, and then added to it. 81 minutes there, and it looks. Let's have a quick look at the stats of that game. 64% possession to Stockport. 11 shots, 6 on target. Not far behind are Wigan, though, because although they've got 36% possession, they do a lot with it when they've got it. It's 7 shots, 5 on target, no goals. They will be absolutely furious with themselves at home to be shooting 5 times on target and not get a goal. But the Stockport goalkeeper is actually really good. I've noticed a few people coming away from their games, opposition managers, and saying, "How bloody goal he kept them in it, didn't he?" Yeah, it seems to be their goalie is absolutely outstanding. It's now Shrewsbury 1, Bolton 3, and Bolton are just taking the P now, aren't they? So they started off really slowly, and they seem to have just managed to grind their way back, and Shrewsbury just don't seem to. And let's look at the number of goals. I bet you the number of shots for Shrewsbury is quite good. It usually is. But they don't seem to get.
It was the foul that led to
12 shots, 2 on target, 1 goal, and they've had the most shots have gone to Shrewsbury. Yeah, they're losing 3-1. And I said it last week, and I said it in the prediction. They've got to get more shots, more of those shots at target in the net. They just don't seem to be doing it, or at least on target.
Not only that.
But no, they're not doing it. Wigan nil, Stockport nil. Yeah, we're back. Wigan nil, Stockport 2. We're back with that one. They were just reassessing things. We'll go to the Reading Rotherham game. Oh, and Rotherham have a long shot. Malik Wilkes has been brought back on. Right, okay. So Malik Wilkes has been brought back on. He was injured.
And he was given
as Hull City have a shot, but it's deflected off a defender, and Norwich find it pushed straight back out to the left wing for Chrissy. And it's looking quite frantic at Hull Norwich. It's definitely end to end. Hull City there manages to get a throw in on the far left. Sorensen nicks it for Norwich City. Passes it back to Duffy. Duffy. A couple of 1-2s with Slimane. Slimane, if that's it. And a couple of 1-2s more. Rotherham had a shot, a push into the box there, but Mbengu nicks it for Reading as Norwich managed to get a through ball into the right hand corner. Can he get in there? Crosses it in, but it's a poor attempt to try and get on the end of that cross, and it's going to be a Hull City goal kick.
Just decided he didn't want to book anybody else now, in case he might send.
So at the minute, we look at the stats. It's 54% possession to Reading, 17 shots, 5 on target, 1 goal. Yeah, okay. Rotherham 12 shots, 6 on target, 1 goal. They'll certainly not be happy with that. As Rotherham have a throw in right by the corner flag here. They're going to make a substitution first though.
Baptiste, is he going to get carded here? Well, did he really catch Burrows? Another couple of changes for Luton. Desperate stuff, really.
Coyle now for Hull City as 5 minutes injury time at Reading. 5 minutes more to play. See if Rotherham can manage to get a point at Reading. Didn't think they would do, so I suppose 1 point more than what I thought they would get. As Hull City have a free kick.
Bowler's the other one coming on as well.
At the same time as Reading beat it from the back, from the defence.
So can he make a difference?
Savage now attacking down the left-hand side for Reading. Funnily enough, Slimane is trying to attack down the left for Norwich. Saints. Reading now. Abrefa. He runs it down into right-hand corner. Reading. Getting close here, gets into the corner, tries to cross it. No, he's pulled it back all the way to Bindon in defence, and Reading there should have really got that cross in right across into the middle rather than passing it back. Craig now takes it down the middle, gives it to the left for Savage for Reading. I'm also looking at the whole game. Oh, shot by Lewis Wing, and it's saved, and it comes out, and it's another shot by Nibs, and that's on target as well, and that bounces out, and it goes to Garcia. Garcia crosses it, and that's oh no, he can't get a lay off a shot. He goes into Lewis Wing. Lewis Wing shoots, and that's a goal. That's a goal. No, now he's come back out. How the hell did they not shoot? How is Lewis Wing misses that one, and it comes out to Savage. And Reading are pounding the Rotherham goal. They're really looking for this this goal. Comes in, and a Dauphin manages to save it on the line, kicks it away. God knows how Rotherham aren't 2-1 down here. Rotherham, red card to yellow card to Rotherham. Is that a penalty? Is that a penalty? Looks like a penalty to me. That is a penalty to Reading, I think. 92 minutes, and it looks like
you need a little bit more quality. I thought Asgard played well the first half.
It looks like he's given a penalty.
I think you need a strong bench in this division. It's a long 90 minutes.
We'll go to the Hull. It is a penalty to Reading. It is a penalty to Reading. We lose it in the 93rd minute of 95. How about that? So we go to Hull City. we did expect to lose anyway. Coyle now for Hull City, and he's bringing it down the right-hand side, and
is long, contested in midfield.
Trying to play it around. Hull City not really getting anywhere. They just seem to like hold it in the midfield. They're not really doing much with it. And Sheffield United, Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 1, Blackburn 2, Plymouth 0, Hull City 1, Norwich 1,
O'Hare, little back heel. Ball's going to break now.
Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 2. Mansfield, let's go Blackpool Mansfield if we can open it.
Tied the second half.
Blackpool Mansfield, and Blackpool are on the attack again, but Mansfield goal for Reading. It's Reading 2, Rotherham 1, and Rotherham are going to go away without any points there, as Blackpool now get the ball back in midfield and play it forward to Hamilton. Back to Evans. Talking about Evans, I hope he's got a good excuse for playing so crap. Evans, does anybody want a manager? We've got one going. Back onto the right hand side for Hamilton. I was hoping Bolton would take him, but they didn't. Evans to Husband. Yeah, I know they've just scored. Casey now. And Blackpool are really strong at the minute, and Aikens Bakuna for Mansfield. He loses. Oh no, he doesn't. He gives it to Pym, but it's right in the. It's being pressurised here. He's got to get it out, and he can't pick it. No, and he doesn't kick it very well. It's gone to Morgan, and Morgan now. Blackpool back into midfield, and
Ali on the ball.
Back in, but Pym gets that one, and it's all backs against the wall for Mansfield here. They really are being pushed and pushed, and Black Mansfield kick it out as far as they can, but it's a throw into Blackpool. They throw it in and kick it straight back into the box for Pym for Mansfield. Kicks it straight back where it came from, in the far side, and somehow Blackpool panic, kick it out to the to their right, and it's a throw-in on the left-hand side for Mansfield, and this could be an interesting throw-in, but they tend not to do long throw-ins, Mansfield. They tend to do it short. Let's see what they do. So, Mansfield Tower, they have done it short. It's gone to Wayne for Mansfield. Tries to get into corner. Does a 1-2 with Bowery. Still another 1-2 with Bowery. Crosses it straight across the goal to the opposite side, and it goes out for a Blackpool throw-in on the completely opposite side. It goes straight through.
They keep on doing it, don't they? They find a way, Sheffield United. They're top of the table. Luton,
how have Sheffield United done that? They've won that one.
Not much between them in this game. And it ended up with Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 1.
So Sheffield United win that one. We need to go into it to stop it from playing. So Luton Town definitely ahead on our watch-along. However, they... somehow they didn't get a point from it. I can't believe they didn't get a point from that. Sheffield United win 1-0, and that's an absolutely amazing. Blackpool 3, Mansfield 3 is full time, so that's that one finished. We'll just go through things for the last few minutes, then we'll cover the top of the championship, the bottom of the championship, and then we'll do the same with League One. Just for your information, it's at the minute the one's still playing in the Premier League. Aston Villa 1, 10-man Ipswich 1, Southampton 1, Bournemouth 3. They're both on 95 minutes, 94, 92 minutes. We've got West Ham 0, Brentford 1, Blackburn 2, Plymouth 0. That's 90 minutes. That's just finished. Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 1. That's just finished. 83 minutes. We've got Millwall 1, West Brom 1. We've got Stoke City 3, Swansea 1, and that one's come from nowhere, hasn't it? That one. We didn't actually go. We should have done that one a little bit more, shouldn't we? But it's like there's so many games to go through, and I know for certain we've got sort of Bournemouth, we've got Birmingham and Mansfield fans that sometimes come in, and I guess at least one of you two is one of them. Stoke City, they've just found this really easy, and it's weird because it's been Swansea all the way. You look at the game itself. It's been 8 shots to Stoke City, 5 on target, 3 goals. Wow, what conversion rate! Swansea City 9 shots, 2 on target, 1 in the net. But Swansea City had 66% of possession, and it wasn't all in their own half. 51. They had more time in the opponent's third than what Stoke did. They just didn't do anything with it. So it'll be interesting to see that game tonight on the playback, because to all intents and purposes, the stats say that Swansea should have won this one by probably the same margin in the opposite direction. It's Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 2. It's Birmingham 1, Charlton 0. And I tell you what, it's not doing too bad at all, is it? It's finished Reading 2, Rotherham 1. So let's see what his excuse is. Crawley 1, Wickham 1, Leyton Orient 3, Lincoln 2, and they've got a second goal back there. And let's have a look at the times. They have got loads of substitutions as well. They have got time to do it. Certainly have. It's 5 minutes. They've got another 2 minutes to try and get an equaliser. But it's Leyton Orient down the middle with Kelman at the minute. And is he going to do anything? No, he's going to pass it back. I think we're just going to waste time, if anything. And that's all they need to do. They're 3-2 up against Lincoln City at home. They've got a crowd behind them. All they need to do is basically just keep the ball, keep the heads, and they should be okay. At the minute, they're not pushing it. They're just giving it a little, 1 or 2 little taps and trying to keep ahead of the possession game. So that one looks like finishing where it is. But we said that before. Shrewsbury Town 2, Bolton 3. And so 2 3-2s in that division already. Bristol Rovers 2, Burton Albion 1, Crawley 1, Wickham 1. Looks like that is actually how it's going to finish, which is really weird, because you wouldn't have thought that from people doing predictions, would you? Let's just take. I think which one is on the lowest? We've got Leyton Orient on 95 minutes, so that should be. Lots of red cards in League 2. Gillingham 0, 10-man crew 0. Newport 0, 10-man Bradford 0. Let's go to the final score. Let's pretend we're on BBC. There we are, the old-fashioned BBC. With the score board is now going through. While you're thinking that, we're going to quickly go and do the final scores. Saturday, the 15th of February. Do you stay on with? Oh, Roy, I knew you'd be there. Yeah, I think. Happy, sad, then happy, then sad. Overall, what a game! Yeah, I know. It was one way, then the other, then one way, then the other. I'm thinking, but Blackpool they ended that game looking for that final goal, didn't they? They certainly were pushing at the end. Blackpool, I think, had a moment of madness. They just didn't play very well, and then all of a sudden they came. Also, they played well. They didn't play well, and then they suddenly started realising they could actually, win this one, and started to play well all the way up to the very last whistle. Because I thought they were going to do it in the last very second of the game, but they didn't quite do it. Let's just go through the Premier League. It's Leicester City 0, Arsenal 2. Don't you dare do that. Aston Villa 1, Ipswich 1, Fulham 2, Nottingham Forest 1, Man City 4, Newcastle 0. It's finished Southampton 1, Bournemouth 0, and surely Southampton are relegated now. West Ham 0, Brentford 1. In the Championship, we have Cardiff 1, Bristol City 1, Oxford 0, Portsmouth 2. Quite a surprise there. And Preston 0, Burnley 0. And actually Preston were on top for large portions of that game, I thought, especially in the first half. Blackburn 2, Plymouth 0. That's what we said. That's one of my predictions. Although I did do it with the toss of a coin. I said 2-0 to Blackburn or 3-0 to Plymouth. Let's toss a coin, and I went for the winner. Hull City 1, Norwich 1. I can blow my own trumpet, can't I, Roy? Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 1. How the hell did that happen? Luton Town were by far the best team all the way through that game, I thought. That was our watch-along. Borough 0, Watford 1. They just did more in the final third than what Borough did. They were equally as good as each other, just not on today for the scoring. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry City 2, last gasp winner there for Coventry. Stoke City 3, Swansea 1. Swansea will be annoyed at that. They really should have done more with their 66% possession. Down into League 1, Cambridge 0, Exeter 1, Northampton 0, Wrexham 2. 2 quick goals, and then that was it. They didn't do any more. Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 2, and they're having a torrid times, Barnsley now, aren't they? Where will they finish? Birmingham 1, Charlton 0, and realistically, it's like I said in the prediction, although people shot me down for this, and because I said, well, yeah, I could see Charlton, they're able to produce some really good technical football, and somebody said, go and do your research, mate, you've got it wrong. But 1-1 would have been quite a good score for them. They are actually quite technical, and they are on a run. But in the game, they didn't do what I thought they would do. Charlton sat back and did 10 men at the back, which against Birmingham is pretty daft. I suppose it's the only way that most teams are getting draws, isn't it? But Birmingham were just on top all the way through, and I just can't quite guess why Birmingham don't do more. They should get more goals from free kicks and corners, because that's how you get over or into the box from if they're doing a 10-man wall. It's just, that's what you do. Even in today's football, that works. They're not quite doing that, and I would expect a team like as skillful as Birmingham to be able to get more goals against a 10-man brick wall. But again, 1-0, and as one of our regular Birmingham fans says, John Merrill, it doesn't matter how much you win by, as long as you get the winner and you get 3 points. And he's quite right. Why not? So Birmingham 1, Charlton 0, Blackpool 3, Mansfield 3, and Blackpool nearly nicked that one. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Happy, yeah, blown away, mate. Stop rot of 6 straight league. Yes, exactly. That is a point there. 6 straight defeats, and Mansfield needed to stop that because their season isn't probably with a defeat. I think that would have been it. It's at an end. You're joining us in the middle on the beach. Although with a defeat today, you know, we could be pulled into that relegation zone. Let's see in a minute. Teams 5th to 19th are capable of winning anyone and losing it too. Yeah, and at the minute, both my side and your side seem to be doing more losing than anything else. As we go, we just did that one. Bristol Rovers 3, Burton 1, Crawley 1, Wickham 1, Orient 3, Lincoln 2, coming back from 3-0 down to 3-2. Reading 2, Rotherham 1 with a late penalty for Reading. Shrewsbury 2, Bolton 3, and Bolton coming from behind to win that one. Stevenage 1, Peterborough 1, Wigan 0, Stockport 2. It didn't end 0-0. I thought it would do, but Stockport managed to come back. Let's see let's just see I just want to have a look at the bottom of the Premier League. We'll have a look at that. The important ones: West Ham 16th on 27 points. 17th, Wolves on 19 points. I say that because now we've got Ipswich 18th on 17 points, Leicester 19th on 17 points, and Southampton 20th on 9. So I'm sorry, but they're 8 points adrift. 25 games played. They look totally and utterly screwed. But the other two, you know, it's a case of, you know, can they pull Wolves into the mix, isn't it? We'll go to the Championship next, and we'll have a quick look at the top of the Championship. Top is Sheffield United. How the hell they've managed to win that game today, God only knows. With 70 points, 1 game behind and 1 place behind second Leeds with 69 points. Burnley 3rd, 65. 4th, Sunderland 62. 5th, Blackburn 51. They keep getting the run of the green, don't they? 6th, West Brom with 48. And just behind those next two behind those are Coventry and Bristol City with 47 and 46. Sheffield Wednesday in 9th with 45, and Watford in 10th with 45. Are not too far behind. You know, they're only 3 points behind West Brom in 6th. They'll all be thinking it's quite even down all the way from sort of all the way from 5th place all the way down to, where would we say, about 15th with Preston on 41. There's only 10 points between them. You might think that's a little bit far down there, 10 points, but you could certainly go to QPR in 13th, and they're on 44 points, just 4 points behind West Brom in 6th, and it's absolutely manic. At the bottom we have Luton Town with 27 points. We have Plymouth in 23rd with 28 points. We have Derby in 22nd with 29 points. Realistically, Hull City 21st with 30 points. And then Cardiff in 20th with 32 points. Then we get a jump, we get a bit of a gap. Then we're starting to get a 3-point gap between them and Stoke, and another point to Portsmouth. And now Portsmouth and Stoke have the bit in the teeth. Can they stay away from that bottom 4, which at the moment lie bottom 4, which lies at Hull, Derby, Plymouth and Luton. And we go into our division, Roy. Just have a quick look at it. Why not? Because we know who's top. So we have Birmingham first, 29 games, 69 points. Wickham second, 30 games, 60 points. Effectively 12 points ahead. Wrexham third with 58. 4th, Stockport with 57. They went down and back up again. Huddersfield 5th with 52. So that's a big drop. 5 points there. This is the point where anybody can really finish. 6th, Leyton Orient with 50. 7th, Charlton with 50. I thought they might do a little bit better than they did today, but they really didn't turn up. Bolton in 8th with 50. I mean, look at that. That's 3 on 50. And 9th is Reading with 49. Then I think that is really for me where the top six will come from. We've then got a gap to Barnsley of 6 points to Barnsley in 10th. Mansfield are actually, I didn't realise Mansfield were below Rotherham. Rotherham are 14th with 38 points. Mansfield are 15th with 38 points. Just one goal difference in it. And we just have a quick read of these. Normality Channel, thank you very much for being in. Please do like and subscribe. I need as many as I can bloody get. Don't forget New English Football League highlights, 9 o'clock. Oh, is it? No, I didn't. I'd forgotten that one totally. Yeah, because they keep swapping it around. It really pisses me off. 3 Sky Bet leagues, one big goal show. I tell you what, it's been quite a fun day, hasn't it, Normality? And full of completely ridiculously high-scoring games that we didn't expect. 3-3 with Blackpool Mansfield, for instance. Absolutely amazing. Leyton Orient, best team we've seen. You know, Leyton Orient have really took off, haven't they? They've done a Plymouth for me. They started really poor, but Leyton Orient picked up quicker than what Plymouth did. And they started really doing really well. They're sort of, in quite a few games, they're unstoppable. But then occasionally they have a little bit of a blip. So at the bottom we have Cambridge in 24th with 23 points. Burton Albion in 23rd with 26 points. We have... which is showing this is going to be a high scoring bottom end. It really is. 22nd we have Shrewsbury with 27. 21st we have Crawley with 28 points. Now we have a 3-point gap then from the bottom 4 to Peterborough in 20th with 31. Northampton in 19th with 33. If we had a 15 points onto those, we'd get on about 45 points. So we're probably up to about Exeter, I think, for this. So Northampton in 19th, Wigan in 18th, Bristol City in 17th. I think that we're sort of talking Wigan, probably Northampton in 19th with 33 points. I think after that you can't. Wigan, I think, can get out of it. Bristol Rovers can stay out of it. Exeter can. Mansfield should definitely be able to. Rotherham, I really don't know. They really are not very good. In fact, let's face it, they're crap. I think, honestly, for the bottom 4, to me, are between... If we extend it a little bit, it's between Bristol Rovers, Wigan, Northampton, Peterborough, Crawley, Shrewsbury, Burton and Cambridge. I think Cambridge is starting to just drift off now. They need to produce some of that good play they had after about... the first third was garbage. The second third wasn't too bad, and they need to produce some of like that 2-game win that they had together. Unfortunately, they don't seem to be able to do it. They keep playing good in little bits, but they're not really doing it for me. I said last week, mate, it's going to take a 50 plus to be safe. Yeah, I think it's not going to be 50, is it? I mean, you look at where Crawley are. 30 games, 28 points. These teams are almost on a point a game, which means they're easily 45, 46 points, and it only takes 1 or 2 wins extra, and they're all of a sudden in 48, 49, 50 points. I don't think they'll do that, but you can't tell with these teams. Shrewsbury can and have done some amazing wins, like against Birmingham. Crawley Town have, but they're not consistent enough in 90 minutes. Burton Albion can. The only team that isn't is Cambridge. So I'd agree. I think that it's really quite we need the 50 points. And for me as a Rotherham fan, I think we have to get to that 50 points. Crawley, 25 games, 22 points. Yeah, again, I mean, it's like their total there, 30 games, 28 points. They're just behind a point a game, aren't they? And you think just one win different, and they're on sort of a finishing line of about 45, 46 points. So I think if 50 is safe, but I think it's going to be quite. It's going to be a high finish. I think Crawley have the capability, if they could stop being so inconsistent in a game, they could certainly be pulling Peterborough. I'd probably agree. I mean, I put Bristol Rovers and Wigan in there as a sort of, if disaster happened for the pair, then one of them could be caught by the others. But realistically, they're already 3 and 4 points ahead of the bottom four, and you can't see them. You can't see Bristol and Wigan losing 2 games in a row and having the ones below them winning 2 to get ahead, or winning 1 and drawing 1 to get ahead of them. Just can't see it. And then keeping up with them, which is not likely, is it? They've just got enough points per game at the minute current form. Is just a little bit better, just a little fractionally enough to keep them out of it. I'm just happy that Rotherham just need another 12 points to really make sure they're safe. We might even be safe with another 10. Can we get 10 points in 15 games? We should be able to, but we are absolutely dross. I've never seen a Rotherham team so absolutely pants. Just absolute pants. Just absolute pants. And the boss doesn't even know what the hell he's doing. And we can't get rid of him because Tony Stewart, the owner, is his best mate. And we're not going to get rid of the arse. It's going to be interesting to see what we do next year. Next year, Roy, is Rotherham United's it's our centenary next year. So it's Rotherham United are 100 years old next year. Although it's a bit difficult because we're actually the first club was born in 1896, I think, but then 2 clubs joined 100 years ago this year. So when the 2 clubs joined, Rotherham United got I think it was Rotherham Town and Rotherham County joined together 100 years ago to make Rotherham United. So it's going to be interesting. The only game we were pantsing was Shrewsbury. Like the thing about Mansfield, thinking about it honestly, whenever we've been doing these and we've been keep going back into Mansfield and having a look when I know that you're in, and you think the number of times it went across when you've not done well or you've not got the points, the number of times the ball goes straight across the box, straight past the goal line and straight out the other bloody side. And you're thinking, well, they're getting it in there, they just can't get it into the net. I mean, it's not that they're not getting it into the box. It's not that the crosses aren't coming in. It just seems to be weirdly consistent. And I just want to have a quick look at the team. Because, it's like Gregory's not in. Again, is Gregory out for a long time then? Is Gregory out? Because I've not seen him for a while. He was playing. I'm sure he played a couple of games ago, but I'm sure I saw him. But then he's back off again. I mean, Evans, Maris, and Vickers up front for Mansfield. All 3 got took off, and that's weird. So all 3 got took off, and I can't see which ones they brought on. Evans for Bowery, okay. Maris for Boateng, yeah, I can see that. And Vickers for Wayne. So I don't know about that one. Rest of the season. Oh, shit. That's not good. See, that's it, isn't it? I don't know about you, but whenever he played, that was it. It was, you've got a good chance of winning this one. Trying to get that front three. It looks like that's what he did today. He's changed the front three around, trying to see where, how can we improve it. Unfortunately, it really didn't, did it? I don't know. I mean, what would you do with a front three? Because he's obviously put a front three on there, and then he's changed all three to see whether this new front three would work better. It's strange. We'll have to see how it plays out, because certainly it doesn't look too good for him, does it? But if they can regain some, I mean, it's like you said, they're not playing bad. If they can just get the run of the green like Blackburn have in the Championship, they could be back up to sort of 9th, 10th. Tried to defend 3-1. And that's what people do against Birmingham, isn't it? 10 men. If they get a quick goal like Rotherham did, Rotherham went 1-0 up against Birmingham the other day. And all they do is then try and defend like Billio at the back. But it ain't going to happen against them, is it? And of course we lost 2-1. No, I think if you go ahead, the best bet is to what Birmingham do. They don't pull back completely. They just step back a little bit and just keep up the pressure gently, so that they don't leave the back too far forward. And I tell you what, it's great gameplay. It works it's worked nearly every time. So yeah, great fun. I've enjoyed it. Mainly because we knew that Rotherham would lose. It would just be a case of when. Of course, we had a goal disallowed. We'll have to see why that was on the replays tonight. Like Normality said there, we'll have to have a quick look at the football tonight and see how on earth some of these teams didn't win, like Roy's side. No, we haven't got to spare 30. We haven't got to spare 3 million. Let me 30 million. Oh dear. Our Tony Stewart, our owner, is valued at £20 million. So, how much can he afford to put into the club? Couple of 100,000, perhaps. So we're on a hiding to nothing, aren't we? We really are. And plus, I don't know how he's got away with it, but Tony Stewart, the owner, owns the ground, and he rents the ground out to Rotherham United. So he charges Rotherham United £1 million a month to rent on the ground. Great, isn't it? So he used to give that money through sponsorship into Rotherham, but he's not allowed to do that anymore because of the financial fair play rules. So he gives £1 million free interest-free loans instead. But it means that Rotherham now owe him something ridiculous, like 60 million pounds. So Rotherham are actually a hell of a lot in debt by about 50 million. So it's not looking good at the minute. They need to be able to do something, because at the minute Tony Stewart, the Rotherham owner, is really taking us to the cleaners. And the fans don't realise it. They still think he's giving that £1 million back to the club. He isn't. He's giving it as an interest-free loan, and they owe him the money. So it's going to be really interesting now that we're having another shite year. I fear for the future of Rotherham. I really do, which will be a shame, because we've already gone bankrupt twice. And we'll have to see what happens. So anyway, we shall see you next week. Do like and subscribe. Do click the bell and notifications. Share it next time. If you want to share it around, just share the bloody thing. Let's get loads of people in. Watch the videos, the prediction videos. Give me a like on those. Give me a comment. Even if you don't want to, Roy, give me a comment on the prediction videos, and it helps YouTube show it out a bit, which I found in the last one. The last one went really well, apart from arsehole Birmingham fan that decided to say I should do my research more. We all know everybody does 10 man against you. Why would I do my research? I don't get paid to do this, Roy. I'm not monetized. I don't get paid for it. I have to pay for things like this out of my own pocket. And I have a job. You know, I can't. I think, does he realise that there's about 55 clubs out there that I cover, and I haven't got time to go through and do the looking individual, inspect each one's statistics for the last game. It'd take me hours, and I haven't got the time. That's my rant over for a second time in this game. Thank you very much, everybody. It's John S.'s Sports Channel. Please do like and subscribe. See you next week, Roy. Have a nice day looking at the at least you didn't lose. Looking at the EFL highlights, and we shall see you all again next week. John S.'s Sports Channel. Over and out.